across the Central West. This is Wing News.
Tonight, emotions flare up over a Mudgee solar farm. A Wellington man lucky to survive a house fire. And we meet the rural paramedics who dedicate their lives to saving others. Good evening, I'm Jeff Phillips. Also coming up in this bulletin, we take a look behind the scenes of Molong Central School for this week's School of the Week segment. A number of Mudgee residents are outraged over a potential solar farm that would see over 32,000 panels installed just outside the town's boundaries. Locals say it will be an eyesore on the main road that leads into town, and a new location needs to be considered.
It's an ongoing battle for these Mudgee residents who feel like their cries aren't being heard. A brand new industrial solar electricity plant consisting of 32,000 panels could shortly be constructed right here.
It is zoned prime agricultural land. You can see it's very, very good fertile farming country. And the ironic thing about it is if we wanted to build a home out on that property, you would have to jump through 1,000 hoops to be able to approve some sort of intensive agricultural use.
The proposed site is only 300 metres away from the Rustons family home.
It's going to be a huge impact on our lives and on our family. We are a farming family. We produce lucerne. We also have stock, and we will be looking at these solar panels every day.
A harsh reality to come to terms with, but one they aren't ready to give up on without a fight. Although locals understand the needs and the reasons behind the proposed electricity plant, they say other locations need to be considered.
Whether you're for solar or against it, it's just the wrong location. It's not an argument about that, it's just where it is.
In a statement to Win News, the company behind the proposed solar farm stated that the solar park will not be visible from the road, once trees are established, that is, and that experience shows similar sites are an attraction point for towns. Ellie Bryce, Win News.
A man in a critical condition has been flown to a Sydney hospital after sustaining injuries in a house fire overnight. Police were called to a burning home on Glasson Street, Wellington, shortly after 5 p.m. Firefighters extinguished the blaze, but a 52-year-old man sustained burns to 60% of his body. He was treated at the scene and taken to Wellington District Hospital before being airlifted to Concord Hospital. Later, a 46-year-old man at a separate Wellington address was taken to Dubbo Base Hospital and charged with causing wounding or grievous bodily harm with intent to murder. It's usually in time of tragedy when they're in the spotlight, but rural paramedics are essential for daily health support in the bush. Win News is taking a ride in their ambulance to find out what it takes to save rural lives.
My name is Joe. I've been a paramedic for 2 years. I really want to be a paramedic in the rural area.
My name's Corey. I'm a paramedic, and I've decided to be a rural paramedic to face the challenges of working in such a remote and isolated town.
Meeting Joe and Corey, it's true when they say being a paramedic is a calling, not just a career.
Growing up in South Africa, we lived behind the fire station, so we could see all the commotion and the bells and whistles as the jobs came through. I've always had that interest.
Had a bit of a snake bite there when I was younger, so no, I've grown up with great supportive paramedics, and they were people I looked up to in the community.
Adding a rural element, the job becomes a lifestyle.
I think it's just the community mindedness. Everyone knows everyone, can socialise with everyone as you walk through the street.
We go to a lot of... We go to a lot of transport accidents, few traumas. We get called to some medical jobs as well.
Without paramedics, rural Australians are left without pain relief or treatment for longer.
I find rural people are really very self-resilient, and they'll only call us when they seriously need help, and that could be a challenge for us.
They can be travelling upwards of 400 kilometres, often relying on aircraft to take patients to services that simply don't exist in the bush.
Out here, distance is huge. We travel quite a way. People who live on properties are sometimes a challenge for us in finding them. So we urge people to try and have their properties well marked.
Best thing about the job?
I think the best thing about this job, especially in a rural area, is the varied work we do. One day we might be treating somebody for something quite simple, like a pain in the stomach, and the next day we're responding to something highly traumatic.
Betty is one of these patients involved in a truck and car highway collision.
They were very surprised I was in such good condition when I got to the hospital.
Do you think that's a credit to these guys as well?
Of course. I'll give them lots of credit. They do a fantastic job and they're such an important part of our communities.
That includes talking at schools and events.
They actually see us as a friendly person and trust us and willing to call us and let us help them, which makes our job a lot easier in the long run.
Amidst a shortage of rural health professionals, what keeps them here?
The challenges, the knowledge, the lessons you learn out here, learning to be largely independent.
I like everything, the excitement of the job, helping those in need.
Alison Dance, Win News.
Rural cancer patients say they'll be spared driving more than 4,500 kilometres with the telehealth service now a permanent fixture in Coonabarabran. The service was first trialled in October 2017 and has been confirmed to continue. It allows local nurses to administer chemotherapy treatment with support via video link. Patients are also able to talk with health professionals over this service. The machine is expected to be used around 150 treatments annually, helping patients from nearby towns including Coolar and Barradine. A rare exhibition of reverse-painted glass frame photographs is on display for the first time at the Australian War Memorial. The team of dedicated conservators has worked to restore the largest known collection of its kind to its former glory.
These war portraits are not just any old photographs. They've been lovingly decorated and encased in hand-painted glass frames. But what makes these treasures even more unique is that the decorations have been painted in reverse so that the designs can be seen through the glass.
The objects are quite complex. They're made up of 3 distinct components. So the frame, the painted glass, and the photograph.
Restoration of these precious and unusual items required extensive research to determine how the paintings should be treated.
They ranged in condition, so there was some of them were in very good condition and some were showing really some active signs of deterioration, such as flaking.
12 of the 13 soldiers immortalised in the exhibition have been identified, but sadly one soldier is still unknown. Ironically, his frame containing the words "Forget Me Not."
The maker of these rare and fragile frames is still a mystery, but the images do hold a couple of clues as to where they originated.
A lot of the design elements, the waratahs and flannel flowers, are New South Wales-based elements, and so it always directed us to the New South Wales location.
But you'll need to get in quick. The exhibition is only on until Monday. Natasha McFarlane, Win News.
For our final Skill of the Week segment, we've saved the best till last. Reporter Ellie Bryce takes us behind the scenes of her old stomping ground, Molong Central School, tagging along with junior journalists Nate and Zoe.
My name is Nate Chapman and with me is Zoe Strayhorn. We would like to take you on a tour around Molong Central School. Here we are in the music room. Let's go check it out. What instrument do you play and how do you play it?
I play the flute and you have to put your fingers down and blow it across this part here.
What type of instrument do you play and what noise does it make?
It makes a one and it has lots of buttons.
What instrument do you play and is it difficult?
I play the trumpet and it's not really difficult, but when it's difficult when you have to press down buttons, but you've got to play different sounds.
Now that we've finished seeing the music in the music room, now we're going to go up to 3 grade and they're going to be doing something exciting with plants. seeds did you put in there and how'd you make it? Well, I think I put some sprouts in, and to make it I put the seeds inside the cotton balls, then I put a little bit of water in, but not too much, so that it doesn't get soggy. Why did you have to put cotton ball in there, Evie, and what did you do after you watered them? So I put the cotton ball in to make the moisture, and I had to put them in the sun so they could grow. What do you think they're going to turn out like at the end? Well, I put alfalfa sprouts in there, so they're going to turn into alfalfa sprouts. Don't you think you put a little too many seeds in there? No way. Now we've seen Year 3 grade do some plants, now we're going to head down to the high school. What are you working here? Just a drawing of two boys and a girl in the middle. They're both like doing love hearts with their hands. What have you been working on here? This is a cubist artist of my friend Leonie, and I've just taken like pictures of her and then placed them in like different areas and cut them to the places I needed to be. What have you got here? We are doing a cubist artwork, and we are doing light to dark and making it bold. So I took pictures of my friend and we cut them out and placed them around the page. I hope you enjoyed our tour around Marlon Central School. I hope you love our school as much as we do. Bye!
Still to come on Win News, what happened to the Forbes ambulance station 18 years ago? And we go back in time to the day the Wellington Police Station opened in 2003.
Why Aussie footy stars are being urged to donate their brains to science. 6:30.
Play harder with the new generation AT3 all-terrain from Cooper Tyres. Engineered with Cooper's latest generation tread, carcass and compound technology. Come in and see the team at Bridgestone Service Centre, your Cooper dealer in Orange. Cooper Tyres. Tyres worth owning.
Nature knows it's better to be part of a group. That's why Bupa members pay nothing for dental checkups at Members First Platinum providers. Available on combined hospital and extras with general dental up to yearly limits. Call Bupa to join.
I'd like a bar of chocolate, please. Happy birthday, Mum.
There's a glass and a half in everyone.
You know, I reckon my farm has something in common with almost every other farm. This, but not anymore. Access Recycling will come to your property, take away all your waste metal, and, get this, pay you for it. Access Recycling's reliable service includes public weighbridge facilities, followed by prompt payment. And this offer could also apply to any business generating waste metal. Phone the professionals at Access for friendly, efficient service.
Get ready for the cold and flu season with StarChem Discount Pharmacy. Ethical Nutrients Immune Defence tablets only $17.99. Don't wait until it's too late. Ask us about StarChem's flu shot service today. Only at StarChem Discount Pharmacy, Mudgee and Orange.
MasterChef is giving lamb a leg up.
My mouth is singing knockout.
7:30 Sunday on Win.
For the first of our reviews tonight, we revisit a dark day for the community of Forbes, when the then local ambulance station was set alight, seeing a number of vehicles damaged and the station itself irreparable.
The attacks on Forbes ambulance service are escalating. 2 fires at its station, 1 vehicle destroyed, and now an officer's home targeted. Fire brigades called to the blaze just after midnight this morning to find the kitchen alight.
We're treating it as suspicious,
and we're making a number of inquiries into the origin and the cause of the fire.
The officer was the only one home at the time and was taken to hospital suffering smoke inhalation. The attacks beginning to take their toll on the ambulance staff.
They're frightened. The staff are frightened. They don't know what's going on and they have no explanation for it.
Shocked and amazed that anyone should be so sick as to attack the ambulance service of all services, a service that goes out of their way in all situations to help everyone.
The Forbes community is at a loss to understand these recent attacks, many describing it as frightening.
Yeah, it is at the moment, like you're living around town and you don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next.
Because you never know who's going to be next.
It's very strange in a small town like Forbes to have something like this happen and happen on 3 occasions.
Security measures are now being stepped up around the temporary ambulance station at the hospital and at the officers' homes.
We have police doing patrols of their houses.
Anyone with information is asked to contact Forbes Police. Jacqueline Thompson, Win News.
Continuing with our reviews, going back 16 years to 2003, when the Wellington Police Station was officially opened after receiving a $1.8 million facelift.
It's not every day local police get a chance to kick back with the New South Wales Commissioner, but today was a special occasion. Ken Moroney and Police Minister Michael Costa in Wellington for the opening of its long-awaited new station.
Well, it's a very important occasion. Not only does it represent the construction of a new police station, which is far more modern and more contemporary, but it also allows further expansion in the future.
A fantastic day, shows the government's commitment to upgrading police facilities. This is in conjunction with the record numbers of police that we have at the moment.
The new police station positioned near Wellington Courthouse takes the place of the old ambulance station, which was relocated to the hospital grounds. The $1.8 million improvement program coming at a cost of $1.4 million to New South Wales Police.
I think we've been just a little bit spoiled, but the lift in just morale of the staff alone is enormous.
Among the improvements, the new building allows for the charging and custody of detainees to be kept away from the general public. But Mr Costa reminded Wellington Police not to get too comfortable in their new surroundings. He wants them out in the street.
High visibility policing, high impact policing is here to stay. It is the way of the future and it's overwhelmingly supported by the community.
We are out there, not sitting here in the air conditioning, and we're out there and we're really making some significant inroads to crime and behavioural problems within the community.
Catherine Fernie, Win News.
Back in 1996, the City of Orange celebrated 150 years of history. There was a big street parade to mark the occasion. See if you can spot yourself or someone you know in this story.
The rain clouds parted just long enough to allow the grand parade to wind its way up Summer Street.
Welcome to Orange!
More than 30 individual floats joined in the celebrations. Many were decked out in period costume for the sesquicentenary party, which highlighted Orange's links with the past. Clothes from the past were complemented by cars from a bygone era, all lovingly restored. While some marched and others rollerbladed, this group improvised with a novel use of their wheelie garbage bins. With a spring in their step and the odd stumble, the parade made its way to Mulder Park for the party. The day provided a chance to make new friends and enjoy the attractions at the park before the rain came. The boot scooters dodged the puddles, determined to party on. Jeremy Lassick, Win News.
Friday Sport now with Corey. Some good news for the Bathurst Greyhound Racing Club.
That's right, Jeff. Some new life has been injected into their cup meeting, and Zach Merritt to return for Bathurst St Pat's this weekend.
When's the best time to tell a new partner that you love them? Pucker up at 6:30.
That's why we talk baby every day. Orange Baby Kingdom, we're full of wisdom and we're here for your baby days.
Orange Baby Kingdom, Summer Street Orange.
Super Saturday at Harvey Norman. One-day only deals with 60 months interest-free. This Acer Aspire laptop super hot deal at just $293. Don't miss out. Last chance to grab super tax time deals in store and online. Super Saturday at Harvey Norman.
You can be whatever you want to be. Be a network engineer. Be an organic farmer. Be a childcare educator. Be a fashion designer. Be hands-on. Be industry trained, be in demand. Enrolment's closing soon. Don't miss out. Visit tafensw.edu.au today. Be ambitious.
Check out the huge variety on offer at Bell River Nursery, supplying any size from domestic to large-scale commercial, council and farms requirements. Locally grown plants and trees with free delivery to the Central West. That's the Bell River Nursery difference.
Well, we should do this again, guys. But let's go somewhere different. Why don't we go to Bali? Yeah. Okay. A 4-star hotel with a pool near the beach. That one's perfect. Let's do it. Find your ideal hotel on Trivago by simply selecting the filters and comparing prices from multiple websites. Hotel Trivago.
Orange Funerals, synonymous with care and service within the community. Conveniently located and locally owned and operated by John McDonnell. Let us help you with a fitting tribute to a special life. Honour the memories of your loved one with Orange Funerals.
New body hack.
The women are getting ready for battle. This is one of the hardest things I've ever shot.
Tuesday on Win.
This report brought to you by Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance super deals. Ends this weekend, in-store and online.
$10,000 in prize money has been added to the Bathurst Cup. The news comes as $3.2 million was injected across New South Wales. The race has also been elevated to Group 3 status. As of Monday, all Bathurst races will have a minimum prize purse of $1,500, an increase from $815. Bathurst is one of 5 regional clubs to have its cup race elevated to Group 3 prize money status. The Bathurst Derby between Panthers and St Pat's will highlight round 12 of Group 10 Rugby League. Zach Merritt returns for St Pat's, having played just one game this season due to injury. Kick-off at Jack Arrow Oval from 2:15 on Sunday afternoon. The Lithgow Workies, Mudgee Dragons and Orange Sims all play at home, while the Wellington Cowboys will look to extend their lead at the top of the Group 11 ladder when they play the Park Spacemen. The Sims and Jets square off. Dubbo Westside will be pitched against the Nyngan Tigers, while the Dubbo Macquarie Raiders will make the trip to Forbes to take on the Magpies. Bathurst Bulldogs winger Harry Webber has been the talk of the Ploughs Clothing Cup this season, and he returns this weekend. Buzz, as he's otherwise known, ran on from the bench last weekend in their win over Forbes, but will be thrown in the starting lineup for their match against the Dubbo Kangaroos. The Orange City Lions will look to secure their first win of the season when they play at home against the Carra Eagles, while the Forbes Platypi take on the Orange Emus. In the New Holland Cup, ladder leaders the Narromine Gorillas will have home ground advantage when they play the Mudgee Wombats. Another week of standout performances to look back on, so let's check them out in our Plays of the Week.
Here we are, the final plays of the week. Tough times at the moment to be a Queenslander. They copped it from the Blues on Sunday night, but it's good rivalry, right?
We love each other, we're all friends, but as you can see, we secretly want to beat each other. But yeah, no, it's always so much fun playing against the Blue.
Love each other, that might be taking it a bit too far. It is a tough deal when you have to take your bike off-road and carry it at some parts, but we feel for the Dubbo Westside boys who copped a thrashing against the Park Spacemen, 110 points to 0. On the other end of the scale, Willie Hedder was supreme for the Orange Hawks. Alrighties, well, there we have it, the last plays of the week. I'll see you around the traps. Brian Vanderwacker, Win News. But you stay classy, Central West.
And Jeff, as far as sports go, that's it.
Have a good weekend. Chris is here with the weather, and how is the weekend looking?
Jeff, we'll see a bit of cloud over the weekend, and there's possible showers on the way for Saturday night. I'll have the details up next.
whipping up some chocolate brownies in just 3 minutes. Wow. Find out how on The Living Room tonight on Win.
You just know that when you find the perfect piece of jewellery, it will last a lifetime. Danmar Jewellery is now available right here in Orange. Fine Australian-made jewellery of the highest quality. For that special heirloom or unique engagement ring, discover Danmar Jewellery. Available from Second Chance Collectibles Orange.
Need a big clean out at your place? Then come into Godfrey's. This cordless stick vac is just $95 or just $98 for this powerful Hoover bagless. Steam mops half price $49 and just $99 for this deep cleaning carpet shampooer. Big clean out, but only at Godfrey's.
You know, I reckon my farm has something in common with almost every other farm. This, but not anymore. Access Recycling will come to your property, take away all your waste metal and, get this, pay you for it. Access Recycling's reliable service includes public weighbridge facilities, followed by prompt payment. And this offer could also apply to any business generating waste metal. Phone the professionals at Access for friendly, efficient service.
From an adventure to the dam with your fishing gear and skis, to an adventure to the other side of Australia, you know you can find the right gear at Canobolas Marine and Jayco Orange. Caravan accessories, fishing tackle and ski gear, right through to your Jayco pop tops, caravans and campers. Plus the very best in boating from Quintrex and Skicraft. From your next big investment to a bell for your line. Head in store today to Canobolas Marine and Jayco Orange.
Come on.
This report brought to you by Second Chance Collectibles.
Hello again. Minimum and maximum temperatures were generally warmer than average with the development of a warm and northerly airstream across the state. Tonight's weather photo is from Karen. Karen captured an amazing sunrise, incredible colours in those clouds, and a little triangle of clear sky there, Karen. Thank you very much. Let's check some details now from today. Areas of morning fog, but it cleared for a sunny afternoon for us. In Coonamble, winds gusted to 32 kilometres an hour. Mudgee almost making it to the 20-degree mark this afternoon. Just 1 in Orange, but warming to the double digits by 11 o'clock, and a cool 3 degrees in Corowa as the alarm clock went off this morning. Let's have a look at the dams. Burrendong reporting a release of just 24 megalitres and Wangla a release of 850. On the satellite, a high pressure system near New Zealand extends a ridge to central parts of the New South Wales coast, resulting in mostly stable weather for the region. On the synoptic chart, a cold front moving across SA will sweep through the state during the weekend, bringing widespread rainfall and possible thunderstorms for the southern inland on Saturday. To the forecast for you now, becoming cloudy with a high chance of showers and possible thunderstorms on the southern plains. Winds are going to be very strong as well. For Mudgee, 19 degrees. Over in Condobolin, 8 to 19 will be the stretch. For Lithgow, a cool start of 2 and seeing 14 degrees through the day. Down in Young, 4 to 18. Now for Orange, a late shower or two, up to about 4 millimetres as possible, 14 degrees the top. And in the days ahead, Sunday, we have a medium chance of showers in the morning and some winds will start to ease. Now on Monday, it's looking mostly sunny with some morning frost, and then on Tuesday, it will be similar. As always, I'd like to wish everyone a wonderful weekend. And Jeff, back to you at the desk.
Chris, thank you. This has been our final news bulletin. To all our staff who have put the news together over more than 25 years, my heartfelt thanks. And to you, our wonderful viewers, thanks for your loyalty and for watching the bulletins, of which we are extremely proud. Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation. Win News, Regional Australia's #1 news source.